Hi Petals, it's DD Flowers. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be looking at how to cover your brows for drag or cosplay or theatre or many reasons. But whatever the reason, if you want to learn how to cover your brows, then keep on watching. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on how to cover your eyebrows. Now, I cover my eyebrows for drag. The reason why I really like covering my eyebrows when doing drag is because it gives you lots more space for eyeshadow. If you draw in on your eyebrows higher, you get loads more space for eyeshadow and you can really change the shape of your face and your expression. So these are the things you'll need. Some rubbing alcohol, glue stick. I use the Elmers purple disappearing glue. This is what a lot of drag queens use. Don't bother with a standard Pritt stick because it just won't work. I did try it when I first started doing drag and it just looked awful. This is the best thing to use, and I prefer the thinner, smaller size as well because I find that it's better when covering your eyebrows because you're not just smearing glue all over your forehead. You've got a bit more precision with the smaller one. An eyebrow spoolie or a comb with a brush on the end as well. These are quite good. I think the next time I get one of these I'm going to get one with the metal comb, but this will do for now anyway. Some loose powder. This is the COTY Airspun. This is amazing. I've tried a few powders. This one works the best. Definitely get this one. Some makeup wipes. These are by Simple and they're biodegradable, which makes me very happy. This step is optional, but you can colour correct your eyebrows as well with an orange colour corrector, which will counteract the blue hue that comes from the hair once you've covered them. Sometimes I will skip this step if I'm a bit short on time, but if I have got time, I do like to do it because it really does make a difference. A little makeup wedge. A full coverage foundation. I like to use the Kryolan TV paint stick. This is what a lot of drag queens use. This is super full coverage. You won't see your eyebrows through this, and it's really good. A beauty blender. This one's by Real Techniques, I believe, but anyone will do really. And a makeup brush, just for brushing off excess powder at the end. So let's go. Oh, and one more thing, you'll need a cup of tea in a cute bear mug. So the first thing you want to do is you want to remove any excess oil. Why can't I get this open? So the first thing you want to do is remove any excess oil from your eyebrows using the rubbing alcohol. So you just want to put this on a cotton ball, and then you just want to run this through your eyebrows, just making sure not to get any in your eyes. And then this will remove any excess oil that's built up, which would prevent your eyebrows from laying flat. So you'll get a much better finish if you do this step. So now you just want to go through your eyebrows with the glue stick, and I start at the end going against the grain until I get to the front, and then I go backwards until you've got them totally caked in the glue stick. Just keep going back and forth, get loads of it on, circular motions. And then you want to take your eyebrow comb and you just want to go in an upwards motion, pushing it flat with the back of the comb as you go. And then when you get to this arch here, I tend to not go up as much. I tend to sort of point it in the direction that they want to lay, which is kind of like out to the side a little bit. You just basically want to get them to lay as flat as possible, and then go over that in the direction of the hairs now with the glue stick. And then what I do is I use a makeup wipe just to wipe away the excess around the edge and also any that may have got on my eyelid. And you want to dry it. And you'll know when it's dry because it dries clear and it won't feel tacky anymore. And you need to wait for it to dry completely because if you try and go in with another layer before the first layer is dry, you'll just be moving that first layer around and you'll just add a lot of texture and it just won't look very nice. So now that first layer is dry, I'm going to go in with the second layer, and it's really important that you go in the direction of the hairs, otherwise you're just going to disturb all of that hard work that you've just done. So going in the same direction, and then again just wiping off any excess with a makeup wipe, and then wait for it to dry. Okay, so on to the third layer. I normally do between 3 and 4 layers depending on how much time I've got. And again, just going in the direction of the hairs. I tend to push down reasonably hard when I'm using the glue stick. It kind of helps the hairs to go and stay flat. And again, using the makeup wipe just to get any excess. I might just use my finger, damp, just to go over the top, just to feel, to make sure there isn't any lumpy bits. And then again, you need to wait for it to completely dry. I got this fan from Amazon and I'll link it down in the description below because I find this really does speed up the process. If you haven't got one of these, you could also just use a hairdryer on the cool setting. Make sure you have it on the cool setting, because if you have it on the hot setting, it won't dry, it'll just go all gloopy. Okay, so this is going to be the fourth and final layer. You can do as many layers as you want. It all depends on how bushy or thick your eyebrows are. It will depend on how much glue you need. Okay, so this time I'm not going to wait for it to completely dry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my COTY Airspun whilst the eyebrows are still semi-wet. And I'm just going to set them now using the makeup wedge. And then I'm just going to press that onto my eyebrow, making sure there's plenty of powder on there. And I'm pushing it really, really hard, really firm, just to get the powder to sit in all of those little cracks. And then this is the stage where you can see if you've done a good job or not. And you just want to use your makeup brush just to dust off any excess. And then you can inspect your work. I can see that there's a couple of hairs still sticking up just in this section here, but the rest of it looks really good. So at this stage you can actually go in with a bit more glue if you need to. Just to get them to sit flat. I'll just do one more layer on that little section there. And you can see that they're now sitting flat. And it feels smooth, which is a good sign. Okay, so this step is optional, so you can use a colour corrector, which would be orange, which will counteract the blue hue from the hair on your eyebrows. And I'm just going to apply this with my finger just over the bit where my eyebrow's showing through. There we go. And then what you want to do is you want to set that with powder as well. Otherwise, if you don't, then it will mix with your foundation and make a really weird orangey colour. So make sure you set that with powder. And then dust off any excess. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to go over the top of that with your foundation. And as I mentioned before, you'll want to use a really full coverage foundation to make sure that it covers it properly. So using the Kryolan TV paint stick, I'm just going to go over the top. Okay, and then you can use your beauty blender just to blend it out. I know this colour seems a bit light for me, it's my highlight colour, but I do like to use it to cover my eyebrows because it acts as a really good base for my shadows. Okay, and then once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and set it again with the loose powder. And then dust off any excess. And then when it comes to removing it, because the glue is water soluble, it's really, really easy. You could just use makeup wipes or micellar water, or I just use a flannel with hot water. It tends to get it off really easily. And there you have it. That's how to cover. So that's one of the ways you can cover your eyebrows. There are other methods as well, which I can cover in later videos. You can use Prozaid, there's spirit gum, you can use eyebrow wax. There's a few different ways. I'll be happy to do more videos for you if you'd like to learn how to use those methods. Also, if there's any other types of videos you'd like to see, then please let me know as well. I'll list all of the products I used in the description bar. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something useful, and give me a big thumbs up and like, and that's the same as a thumbs up, and comment and subscribe, and push the bell notification so you can be alerted when I post the next video. And yeah, I'll see you soon.